So, I was minding my own business, and by minding my own business, I was sitting in class on Facebook. And the topic, it's Texas, so usually the topic of God and the Lord came up. And of course, you know what? This is the first time atheism has been brought up when I didn't mention that I was a atheist. And to my amazement, my shock, my awe, they knew what atheist is. And one guy mentioned, if atheists have a problem with God on money, why spend it? And I thought, you're right. Because I'm an atheist, I should let my kids starve. I should lose my home. I should stop paying rent. I should stop buying food. And I should just die. And then y'all will be happy, right? Will that make everything better? And then I remembered a lot of people, theist or not, are closed-minded retards. And what they say actually has no value because they're not very valuable people. Now, to say an atheist shouldn't spend money because God is printed on there, how's about we take it back to, the 40s, when it didn't say it. The Pledge of Allegiance. I should take my kids out of school? No. I personally don't have a problem if you want to talk about God in school. I always just did the moment of silence. I don't need to pray to anybody. I don't have a problem with in God we trust on the money. I'm accustomed to it. I'm used to it. It's just what it is. I don't think that it's very important considering there's children out there starving and black on black crime and prison populations skyrocketing, making money off of slavery. Bad people doing bad things to themselves, like smoking weed, whatever. But when I hear things like this, it's a constant reminder of exactly how ignorant the population is. You have people that don't agree with you, so you say, well, they shouldn't do this, well, they shouldn't do that. Why in the hell, because somebody doesn't agree with you, should they stop living? I don't agree with homosexuality. They should stop trying to get married. They should just shut up. Atheists, why do you have to talk so much about what you don't believe in? Why the hell do you have to praise Jesus over every little thing, or claim that everything you don't do is in God's plan or not in his plan? Instead of saying, I'm just a lazy motherfucker that doesn't want to do shit. I'm just going to sit here and just call it how I see it. But we're going to blame it on God. We're going to blame it on the devil. I cheated on my husband a couple times. Accidentally fell and spread my legs eagle. It was the devil. Was it? Was it? No. That would be you, because you are the devil. You are God. We forget. Or we're too stupid to even look past old fables and fairy tales to say, I wonder if these women are so bad and they're blaming God, saying that he told them to kill their kids, and we see it as crazy. Why would we not see Abraham as crazy? Because he didn't actually follow through with it? Okay. Well, let me go up to the CPS and tell them that God told me to kill my kids and I was about to. But I didn't, because he said it was okay. You think they're going to let me just walk out of there, or you think they're going to keep their eye on me? Or, are we going to claim everything's a metaphor? A metaphor what? A metaphor you're an idiot if you believe that crap. Just because it's a story. It's a freaking story. You ever think that maybe these stories all put together are just like stories of the boogeyman, Santa Claus, telling you right from wrong and trying to scare you into things? No. because you're too afraid to think, because you're afraid you're going to go to timeout permanently. And yet, the atheists are the bad people. They're the ones making something out of nothing. Makes sense if you're living in a dream world. To say that we shouldn't spend money because God is on it is saying, because I don't believe in God, I shouldn't help anybody who does believe in God. Anybody who tells me God bless you after I give you money, or, the little people out on the corner and God bless you, Ray, God bless you, Ray. Oh, nope, not today. Come on now. You have to put yourself in other people's shoes and imagine, well, for one, atheists are the minority here, not everywhere. There are certain countries to where atheists, well, they don't even really call it that, because the fairy tales and all that stuff are in their own little cults, because that's what it is. It's a cult. And just because you have more people in your cult doesn't make it any less of a cult. Because the bottom line is the majority of you people in that cult aren't even studying your work. Or, if you did, actually, I'm kind of happy you don't, because your kids would be even more fucked up than they already are. To have the nerve to say that homosexuality is not natural because God said so, and yet you have no proof of anything. Believing in fairy tales isn't natural unless you're a child. It's pretty sad, pretty pathetic. And it just irks me to no end when grown-ass men and women have the gall to claim atheists are the issue. How dare y'all speak up on something that's actual and anyone who has ever said, if we came from monkeys, why are there still monkeys? Do us a favor. Go see your God. Seriously. Just go jump off a cliff. Just pretend you tripped and just apologize and say, you know what? I slipped. Oops, my bad. Here I am, Jesus. Here I am, God. It's really freaking, it's to say you don't believe in evolution because monkeys are still here. Come on. How idiotic are you? How uneducated are you? How stupid are you to believe that evolution means we came from monkeys? You're hard-headed and you don't want to take the time to open up a book. My kids have movies that even mention evolution. I mean, they're little children's things talking about evolving. Hello. Do you play Pokemon? Do you know that things evolve over time? And it's not overnight. There's no words to express the amount of face palms in one day. I mean, you make me want to punch myself in the face, just in hopes that if I hit myself hard enough, you'll feel it. Cat Williams, Steve Harvey, these are the people we listen to. They're comedians. They're not smart. They're not educated. Oprah. How many degrees do these people have? How many science books have they opened? They make you laugh. They don't make you think. So to sit there and listen and follow these idiots and have the nerve to sit there and say, well, this, and this person's really smart. Whoever says that Cat Williams is smart, keep your kids away from mine. There's nothing else to say about that. It's just, there's science and there's fiction. You guys have your mystical boogeyman who you claim is the good guy, who kills more people than anything in his book. And then you make up a devil in the next testament and have the nerve to try to blame everything on the devil? Come on now. This is like blaming music for Justin Bieber and not the retards who buy his music or her music, whatever you want to call it. You can't sit here and try to make someone feel stupid when you haven't taken the time to even read into anything. You're just ignorant. That is what it is. You ignorant son of a biscuit. You're talking about something you have no idea about, and yet you're claiming it's false when you haven't even looked into it. And look around. Name one instance where evolution has ever been proven wrong in any animal or species. I'll wait. I'll be waiting a long time because it hasn't happened. You don't have to be a rocket scientist, and you don't have to know everything to take things out of certain equations. I don't have to know everything about one subject to know when it's full of crap. To say evolution isn't real because monkeys are still here, and yet you check our DNA, and what is it, between 98 and 99% we're matching. Me and my cousin, we're not the same. We're very similar. We come from the same family of beaners who like to poke around with other races. We mix, we mingle. We're all Riveras. Just because she's here doesn't make me any less real, and vice versa. We check our DNA, got the same blood. We got similar traits here. It just really bugs me. And I make fun of like Texas education. Texas education isn't that crap. It's not really bad. It's just the fact that in a lot of school systems, they teach you what they want to teach you. If you learn too much, you have more power to do more and to take over and to have more. And people have what they have, and these same families for hundreds of years have been in charge of things, and they're not trying to let that go. That's why they take money from the school systems and put them into stuff we don't need. That's why gasoline goes up and other reliable energy sources, and come on now. They don't want anybody to have anything that takes from what they have. And people have the nerve to say, I don't believe the white man. I don't believe nothing he tells me. But praise white Jesus. Well, Jesus is black. Come on now. You can sit here and make it up in your mind that he's black. But if you go back in time and check what people look back in that area back then, not the case. And if you go even further back, you see that a lot of people had the same stories before Jesus came. How easy is it whenever there's no science to say, hey, I'm a virgin, I'm having this baby, he's a gift from God. All you had to do back then is say that God told you this, and you, come on now, kings, queens, everything they did, it was because God told them. Off with their head. It's the most godlike thing you can do is kill innocent people. That's how you know you're a god. Because nobody questions all the dirt you do. So, I see now I can't be God. But I will still have my hopes high that I will be king one day. People are kind of disgusting. God told you to do this. God told you to do that. You ever think maybe it's your conscience telling you right from wrong? I mean, it's why a lot of stuff in the Bible now, even Christians will tell you is wrong. Killing is wrong. Killing your child is wrong. We mold, we mix, we change depending on the times, and yet we keep the same jacked up book telling us what we want to hear, and we make it into what we want to hear, what we want other people to perceive. Because I've never met a Christian who told me they were going to hell for having sex before marriage or having a shitload of little bastard babies running around. Doesn't make sense. But I'll let you tell it. But hopefully you won't get to choose who I marry for too long, or choose to have my children praising any God as long as it's a God. I think it's stupid. It's childish. How many people do you see in the rich folks and the people who are higher ups and politicians? How many of those people do you see at church on a regular basis and talking about God, unless it's election time? I'll wait. Think about it. Miss me with the childhood dreams and the childhood crap. If you want to sit around and not do nothing with your life and claim that it's in God's plan, see you when I see you, because I'm going to keep moving on up while you're sitting there just content with what people allow you to have, because it's in God's hands. But don't get upset whenever I laugh at you or when I pity you. Might even throw you a couple dollars. I'm not the smartest person in the world, but I'm smart enough to read into what I claim to know, which is a lot more than I can say for a lot of you theists. I pity the fool. Then you have the nerve to raise your kids to praise a God that you don't know is real, and to hate people based on who they love, because it makes you uncomfortable. The devil is a lie, and you are that, indeed. I've met more devils in my lifetime than any God-fearing people, and that's the only thing that keeps you believing or pretending to believe the crap you believe is your fear. The fear that your ancestors were instilled with. The fear that back in the day you had no choice but to praise, because it was illegal not to, punishable by death. I think if someone really was, if an entity was real and true, they wouldn't need to hang witches and burn bitches to prove the love that they have for us. Maybe I'm new school. I don't know. Old school, that's how you do. You beat the respect into your kids. You beat the respect into your slaves. You whoop anybody's ass who just doesn't agree with you. I prefer trying to figure out why things are the way they are and why people believe the way they do when they have no proof. You can't see the air. How do you know it's there? And these facts are what other people are telling you. How you know it's real? Because I can actually go prove it. And guess what? When it's cold, I can see the air. Guess what I don't see? Guess what I don't feel? Well, you'll never know God unless you accept Him, and da-da-da-da-da. So I gotta pretend. I gotta sing the gospel. I love my Kirk Franklin, but he ain't ever seen God, and if he says so, he's a lie. Same thing with T.D. Jakes and all these other people. Y'all make money off of telling people what they want to hear, and then you shame people for not adhering to your delusions. White Jesus. Praise Him.